Are you ready?
What's wrong with that?
Okay. Now, what's your whole name?
Thelma D. Hassell.
You didn't have any other middle name or anything?
No,
So you were just Thelma Davenport.
that's right.
All right. What was your daddy's name?
Percy Winslow.
What was his middle name?
On the note.
Your mother's name?
Lily was house. Edward.
Lily Brady. Did she have a middle name?
I don't know, not more.
But they called your mama Big Mama, right?
Yeah, they called her.
Now, how did he get that name, Big Mama? Who gave it to her?
In fact, she told that grandchild called that.
Oh, so she picked it out. Well, where was your daddy? When was he born?
He was born in 1889,
What month and day? Remember?
July 31st.
How about your mama?
Mama was born, I don't know the year, but she was born December 12th. Papa's 6 years old, she was.
6 years.
So you kind of left yourself.
Okay. Where did they live at?
One place to another, on sign, one neck and time.
They lived in Gumneck too?
That's where I was born.
You were born in Gumneck? Really?
Yeah, you like women? She was surprised to know I was born in Gumneck.
Grapevine Landing or something like that?
Oh, I know Gumneck.
All right. Where did you meet my daddy?
Right out there, where we lived, in the village.
Well, y'all lived out there and his folks lived out there?
They moved out there. We had already been out there, but they moved out there. But I did not go with Daddy then. I didn't go in for 3 years later.
How long did y'all date before you got married?
We went together off and on by 3 years.
3 years? Did you walk?
Because I wasn't able to go see nobody until I was 16 years old.
They wouldn't let you date until 16. Well, where'd you go on your date?
To the movie right here in town. It was the Cecil Little Soul Store was the movie.
On the back street.
And it was a talking movie that did talk, writing, and they did talk. They write.
They wasn't talking there. Do you remember the movie? Any of the movies you saw?
No.
Were there westerns?
Yes, Western.
Did y'all like westerns?
Oh, yeah. And the price were about 10 cents, 25 cents.
Did you get a drink or anything in the movies?
No, we didn't, no. You could if you wanted, but we didn't want them.
All right, so where are all the places that you lived as you were growing up? You lived Dillon's Ridge.
I lived in town, but by the honest, I lived on. There was no house down here by that Edmund Street goes up that road there, up the road, there was no house there. And we lived in a whole house there. And Papa was wanted for Dennis Bush house with white horses. And the stock house was across the road there. We lived over there where the woods is. And the stock house was over there by the canal.
They log with oxen or horses, mules?
No, horses.
Horses. Where did Papa learn how to use that whip?
I imagine you could use it then, but he bought him 6 years, and he could use it then.
Was he good with it?
Oh, yeah.
What could he do with it?
He could pop a level out of you.
He didn't use it on your youngins, did he?
No, right, no. But he popped the blood out of the animals.
Did it? Was he mean to the animals?
Anyway, there wasn't one didn't mind him, but some of them were scared. He had one dude named Dick. He was scared of the train. And Papa was determined he was going to make him stand there and see that train.
Uh-huh.
But he didn't do it.
What to do? Run?
And then the mule turned around. Well, all the youngest was in the car.
Uh-huh.
And Papa was determined him to go and see it, but the mule turned around and come back.
I bet it made him mad, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you and my daddy got married, where'd you get married at?
And the judge Charlie Alexander Judge, was a judge right beside the Festival Church. It's the Hamlet now on Main Street there.
Uh-huh.
And she got married in Hall there. Judge married us.
Did Big Mama and Papa go?
Oh, no, there was some man who didn't know what to do.
Why, because you married my daddy?
Yes. Mama told Fenton everything but the right thing. Because, see, I wouldn't have married Fenton until he asked me. Papa had come to town, and Mama told Fenton everything but the right thing.
What do you mean you told him everything? What are you talking
Well, you see, Jack was Fenton's brother.
about? Uh-huh.
And she didn't want me treated like a lady was.
Uh-huh. So she was scared you were going to be treated like Uncle Jack's was.
That's right.
What did Papa and Big Mama say when you told them you were going to get married?
I didn't tell. Mama comes down with her and Papa night Wednesday night before I got married. And I then told her.
Told you were getting married?
And then I didn't go to town with him Saturday, and she figured that was it.
Is that when you got married, that Saturday? Well, where'd y'all go right after you got married? Did you have a place to go?
Went to his house.
His daddy's mom's?
That was
Where did they live?
lived over the river for it's a trailer park now.
Did they have other young ones living in the house when y'all stayed there?
Nobody but J.S. and Howard.
Well, who were all the kids in my daddy's family? By the oldest. Which one's the oldest?
Adrian, Clarence, Jack, and Petrus, J.S. McCoy was born out Jack was McCoy. Then she had Howard and Adrian. Two girls.
Idri was the youngest?
No, she's the oldest.
Where are some places you lived after y'all got married? What was the first place?
The first place we lived to Dillon Ridge. Papa was walking in, and your daddy was helping him walk.
So my daddy went to work with Papa?
But whenever I got married, your daddy quit.
Afraid it's going to hurt him?
And he was going to farm, but he decided he wouldn't do it. So we stayed a while to his mama's, and then went back to Little Ridge, and he went to work with my daddy again, London.
They got along good?
Yeah. That's it. They got along all right, and my mama too. I was all over.
Well, after y'all moved from Dillon's Ridge, where'd you go?
The time
Where'd you live in
I
town?
lived in an apartment. Louise was born.
Where was the apartment?
Little Ridge.
Where was
and
where was the apartment Louise was born? Which one are you talking about?
Where the wash house is now. The
There across from the
washing
bank?
cars.
Oh, where the car wash is?
Yeah. There's a big yellow house
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And I had
2 rooms,
three.
3 rooms.
A sitting room, bedroom, and kitchen.
Well, it was an apartment house. That whole big house was divided up.
Yeah, so somebody got the big house.
Uh-huh. All right. Then you moved where? After Louise was born.
I don't bring a hell.
Down here.
And Gladys was born right there.
Where'd you live out in Crown Hill?
I think that's Georgia House down now. But it used to be right beside the Cleveland Hopkins.
Uh-huh. Where Mama's sister lived?
Mama
Aunt
said,
May?
Mama's Aunt Betty lived
Yeah.
on the lane there.
Uh-huh.
The house, they moved that house we lived. After we left, they moved that there. And we moved on a farm. And your daddy wanted to farm a little bit. And we moved there about 2 years and then come down to Urbanette again. And we farmed with Bosco always. And well, then we come back with my daddy and farmed there.
So where was little May born at?
And down to the river. It ain't Urbanette, but it's on the sign. It's 40 Venus Road Store.
Down by Valley Beach.
She was born in the hospital.
Little May was.
And little May was born in the hospital. But Louise Gladys was born at home.
Uh-huh.
The doctor would go to your home then. But it changed everything. You had to go to the hospital.
Were we all born easy? Or we give you a hard time?
Didn't have a hard time at the hospital. When they go to the house, they give you something to hurry get through there.
Oh, really? Who was the doctor?
Dr. Chapin,
On all of them?
all up, oh yeah, yeah.
Well, do you remember when Monty was born?
Not exactly, but I know it. It was born over there in the house.
Across the road from me.
It was old house that across the road from you.
Uh-huh. When did you take Monty?
He was 5 years old.
His mom had just died.
His mom had died about 2 months or so. And Jack had, what did leave home, Jack had given away. And the youngest one, the money, she can go live with you. And the daddy said, your mom can get along with Jack. I said, I ain't gonna have no trouble with Jack. Cause I'll tell him and shut his mouth and let me alone. So Mom went to live with us.
We lived out on Miss Lula's place then, right?
Yeah, your daddy wanted to farm some more.
Do you remember the first day Monty came to live with us? Remember the first day?
No. It was in the week's time and on Sunday. The young all had to go to church. He didn't want to go. So I told him he had to go home. So he went out there and stayed with Daddy. And here come the next day, on Monday morning, here comes Jack bringing him back. Said that he had to go to work and he didn't want him to stay out there. So he just stayed with me ever since. He went going to church with you.
Well, did he like going to church?
No, he didn't. No, you didn't either. Your daddy had to pull your hair and I had a stick in my pocket of it.
What?
I took a stick in my pocket of
A
it.
stick? What, to run us to church?
When you get in there, you would have said, yeah.
Did y'all take us to church?
Oh, yeah.
You and my daddy?
Me and your daddy would go to church.
All us youngins.
Part of the time, I said, I didn't cook dinner, but part of the time I went for prison. And you didn't want, you wanted to go on the big benches, I picked one.
Me?
Yes. And your daddy would, you all sat over there and your daddy, he'd pull your hair.
I remember he used to thump us. But did Monty sit still and behave?
He will when he got hold of him. But he could not be still no more before he went. He had to be doing something.
Well, did you have to break him of bad language?
Oh yes, he was nice and nice, everything. But it weren't his fault. Folks thought he was deep. They wanted to hear him talk, because he was so small. And he was saying them bad things like, I told him he couldn't say that out to my hide. And he kept right on. I took him once in my day.
It's so hot out there.
All right, so tell us about Papa and Big Mama.
Well, Papa, he was the first one that drove a car down Main Street for selling things. He drove it off the boat. And then he had a horse and buggy, drove the doctor around to both societies. He were married. The doctor's office is Lucille Ward's house now. Going, of course, there's a door on the side there. That's where his office was. And then he had two white horses he drove for carrying the hearse around. And then Mama said, oh my God, he was such a, she thought he was a perfect angel. And she can tell you what Mama said.
What did
I
Mama
don't
say?
remember.
She said she got married to him. After she had married, she grabbed him by the head. Said, see, he was nice looking, and the women were all angry. He was a woman's man. And the women were angry, and Mama didn't know she was going to get him until he asked her. He was taking a ride in that pretty horse and buggy.
The hearse buggy.
That's what he had, the horse and buggy, yeah. And she thought she was somebody riding that thing. And whenever she did marry him, he forgot it all. And she said she could kill him, no matter. She had to work. And she grabbed him, sold it all, and made her go to work.
Made Big Mama go to work?
And she had to work too.
Where did she work?
In them days and time, anything you could do, you could do it.
What did she do?
She would watch for folks. And then she got help clean the houses.
Did my daddy ever break any arms or legs or anything?
No, he didn't break nothing but the bruises on bad up here. And that's why I started needing him on the run.
Oh, you bruised him?
No, I didn't. He was I said, I'll fix him. Because I knew that hurt.
And you all
And
get
he was trying to get over on me, you know. I got it the whole time.
Was that the night that you took the hammer to him?
No, I took the hammer to him. That's in his room.
Why did
No,
you
you
do
took
that?
the hammer to him down there. Oh, he
I
was
thought
on the
he was
couch.
sick.
Oh,
I was sick.
Why did you take the hammer to him?
Because he was drunk, and I did not want him to such young as he drinking. He could make a mind all he wanted to when he was sober. But when he was drinking, he could not make a mind. But when he gets drinking, he wants everything quiet.
What did you do?
I just hit him. That's all I
With
hit
the
him.
hammer?
Oh, let him know that I was bigger than he was.
But you weren't bigger than he was.
Him so Danny was.
Is that the only time you hit him?
No, I hit him in front, so I told him in the schools.
Why did you hit him there? Tell me
Because
about
he was drunk. I told you he wanted to make you young as a mind, let him listen to television. And you young wouldn't mind. And that's the only sign he wouldn't make your mind
That's when he was drunk.
when he was drunk. I told him when he was sober. I said, you can make a mind all you get ready. But when you're drinking, you're not going to bother.
Well, how did you hit him?
I just told him,
Over the head?
and no, it was his back or something.
What did he say?
Nothing.
He didn't say anything?
He didn't say nothing. He don't know how to say nothing.
Did he
This
keep
is-
messing with us?
No, he knows he better let him alone.
He went to bed.
That's right, he went to bed.
It's a shame you can't hear that. She's talking too low, isn't she?
I think it will be. I don't know till we get through. Well, have you ever broke any bones?
No. Oh, yes, I broke my ankle.
When did you do that?
Out here, going upstairs.
Yeah, I knew it was.
Well, Big Mama broke her leg or hip or something.
Wrist.
Wrist.
She went to her doctor and broke the wrist. Daddy was drunk before. They did the hogs in, and the brother did the hogs in. She fell down broke the wrist.
So because my dad was drunk, she broke her wrist. Is that what you're saying?
He was drunk the first day before.
So he couldn't do
Don't
much
quit
running.
emphasizing on the part that he's drunk all the time.
But he quit drinking. When did he quit drinking?
He quit drinking the,
When Monty graduated.
I thought he was down, I think it was in May.
Because she was going to leave when the last one left.
Is that what it was? Is that why he quit? Because you told him you were
No,
going
I didn't put on the phone because he said he put the bottle on the pantry shelf. Said, oh boy, that's the last one.
That was at Miss Lula's?
No, we're right on the.
Plato.
We were here.
Like, yeah. Well,
He got saved, that's why he quit. He was working at the church.
do you remember when Louise got married?
Oh, yes, I do. I'll never forget that.
Well, tell me about it.
She
Oh.
got married because I left her, my midnight.
You remember when Gladys got married?
Oh, yes, I remember she got married.
Yeah, she
Got
does.
married in June 24.
Cussed me out, junior high.
Did you get them straight too?
I told you, but I'm not going to get this to an honor. He was talking to him.
He was quiet.
Do you remember when I
I
got?
said, this for an honor.
Oh,
You were upstairs.
yeah, I was standing right there listening.
No, but I said, you better, and she no matter how many youngins you had, bring her home. And you remember I heard her. I said, you're not talking to honor, remember?
Do you remember when I got married?
Oh, yes.
What do you remember about that?
You just went on and got married. Your daddy was signed for you. I wasn't signed for you. I wasn't signed for neither one of them.
How about Monty, when Monty got married? You remember that?
He went and got married himself. I know.
He was of age.
He was of age. Did,
He stayed with me longer than I one of them did.
yeah, he did. What are some of the funny stories you remember?
I don't know.
You got some funny stories of when you were growing up?
This one I can remember so funny is Wilmer said time Papa had we had to pick up plum-ash potatoes. And Wilmer got halfway them long roads. And she was blessing him out.
Blessing
But
Popeye?
Papa weren't around, remember? And she'll tell you today she sponsored to get plum-ash potatoes.
Yeah.
What do you remember about us youngins growing up? Funny, something funny.
Well, the best I can remember is Christmas. I had you young all together. We would go around early in the morning, my told off.
Yeah.
And we went to Chloe's one time. And she got word with we didn't go down no more.
Because we went so early.
I think she had just gotten busy.
Wilmer and Thomas is where we mostly went.
I remember one time we got a car, you did, and we rode to Gladys's to Plymouth. And you had run across a woman's yard.
I did?
Yes, you did.
I don't remember that.
You had run across that woman's yard behind Gladys's house.
I don't remember where it was.
You come up from the back, trying to surprise us, I imagine.
That's right.
living on Laverne Street.
Do you remember when you and Big Mama and Annie used to drive that little Mustang car around? Little red car?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Buttons? The dog Buttons?
Yes, but it's like a motorhead. She would all the his legs every time it goes in the house. No sleep, but he died.
Give him a heart attack.
Is that the one? What did Uncle Corey say about that dog?
He didn't like him because he wasn't running his ankle. Every time he'd go to the house. But he didn't go very often because he was working there to fill the record.
She got a nice
Okay.
little family.
Now tell me about Little Meg.
My little baby born in 1944,
1944.
and she was a nice baby. She was first one, you and Ray and little baby was the one born in the hospital. The other was born at home. And little baby grew up, was going to school, and we were going on Sunday to have a picnic on the road somewhere. All of us together, all the family we did. And it had a flat tire. And little May got in front of the car. She was embarrassed and wanted nobody to see she was in there. So you daddy fixed a tire, and we went on and had a picnic. And then we come on back home. What else you want me to say?
Where was she was born at the hospital?
Yeah,
Okay.
you and her.
Was it nighttime?
Dr. Chevy had built a hospital. He did have an office at home, but he built a hospital and made the women go there to have their babies. And Louise and Gladys were born at home, and he had to take Louise. She was so big, but we got along fine. And a year little baby was born there. We got along fine. We was a little longer there because the doctor would wait till your time was ready. At home, he would go in and get through it. And
Well, you said all of us had appendicitis.
oh, they had appendicitis by little May. She didn't have it. But Gladys, talking about Gladys, she, in the 4th grade, Martha Sykes was her teacher. And she would say she liked Martha Sykes and Martha Sykes liked her. Every time we killed a hog, she would take Martha Sykes some tenderloins. And she told one morning when she got to school, her daddy had killed some squirrels and had to eat some breakfast. And when she come home and told her daddy, he said, you ought not have told that because it's against the law to kill them now. But she really liked Miss Martha Sykes. Miss Martha Sykes liked her. And she went and had to wear glasses when she was in that grade.
Oh, really? Well, all of us had to wear glasses, didn't we?
Well, she was the first one, though.
First one.
Then it went on up.
Well, did any of them cry going to school?
Oh, yes, you were the meanest one I ever had.
The meanest.
You were, everyone you had a page somewhere about you. I said, I kept you home one day. I said, I wonder is he putting on or not? I'll fix him. So I gave him a big dose of castor oil. Old fellow Ray Hassell told you that's the school next day.
But didn't the rest of them play sick too?
No. I said Ray Hassell was the first one I had by going to school. Monty would go, he was smart in his work, and he didn't like to go, but he had to go. But you would play all sick every time you come around. But when I give you the guy short, it weren't enough.
Well, do you remember when we lived at Miss Lula's? Louise gave you a little dog. Remember the little dog Louise gave you buttons?
But I thought to Miss Katie's.
Yeah, Miss Katie. Tell me about the dog the buttons.
Louise gave me the dog, Marcy and Mama had a dog. And she gave him to me because she didn't want to give him away. And every time McCoy would go there, that dog would go on McCoy's ankles.
Biting on his ankles.
Said McCoy would kick him around and all like that. But he did bother nobody but McCoy. I don't know why, but he would know McCoy's ankles every time he went.
What did he say about the dog?
He didn't say nothing to him, because then he would let him alone.
About him pinching him.
Because he liked to twist him.
He likes to twist him.
And he didn't mind fussing.
Well, you remember when Monty used to work at the theater selling popcorn?
Yes, he worked there, and I got some mad. Went to pay the grocery bill, and they told me, I said, Monty was supposed to pay it for me. And they told me Monty hadn't been there. And I went down there, I said, Monty, you told me you were going to pay that grocery bill. He said, I did. So we got it straight, and he used to stand there and sell popcorn. A bag.
That's when you had to pay the same grocery bill twice, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same bill to pay twice. Yeah, you remember the dog bite Monty in the face? When he was going to work? When we lived at Miss Katie's and he got in the car? Don't remember that dog biting him in the face? You remember the preachers at the Baptist church? You remember all of them?
Some of them. Whenever I took to church, it was a preacher who would run right over his wife.
What preacher was that?
James.
Preacher James.
And there's no, I didn't say very long, and nobody liked him. Then they got some more. We kept getting them. Finally we got
You got Cordray, you got Shaw.
Corday, yeah. And Corday liked the bathroom. Him and his wife liked the bathroom. And Corday, there was some apple trees in the yard. Corday, the horse's yard then. And but the apple trees in there. And Billy Diport went and got some of those apple trees. So Cordray took some apples down to Papa's and said him tell Billy he'd get apples. He'd been there and got all his. And they made Papa so mad he wouldn't go to share some more. Come to find out it was Willie Dimmore's Billy.
It's a different Billy.
A different Billy. But Papa would not go to church no more. He got so mad.
Because the preacher accused the wrong one. Yeah. When we lived at Miss Katie's, you remember the Billy Goat?
Not to this day.
Miss Lula's, the Billy Goat.
So I know it's about delegates, so I know about that. Bonnie was scared of him. First off, but he got away.
Remember I was taking a billy goat
Me
carrot
and
feed?
Bonnie had the medical card,
Uh-huh.
but nothing by. Marcia used to go down there, y'all, and she would go swimming with, I'd take y'all swimming down to Papa's. He'd up to Mr. Edwards' place then. And back of his field, he had a nice river and a nice place you could jump off. And Marshall would go with you. But I thought I'd take the youngest and go down there and go swimming. And Marshall would run you and Billy out the water.
Me and Bonnie.
You and Bonnie.
Yeah. What did Bonnie, after we grew up?
After we grew up, Bonnie said, let her try it now.
Do you remember when you moved here at this place, when you got this place?
When I got this place, I moved everything by myself. They said they have everything for this couch and stove and refrigerator.
And you moved it in and they never finished your cabinets.
About 6 years of this cabinet.
6 years after you moved in, he finished the kitchen cabinets.
Yeah.
Remember my daddy working with the state?
Yes, he's working with the state then. He's working with the state when they were building this house.
Oh, he was working with the state when you first built the house? Where'd you buy the land from?
In the brick house. We borrowed the money from Frank Alexander to build the house and borrowed a cinema, paid for the ground, and then built the house. We built it just enough so we could get in. Then we bought ourselves things we needed to put to it.
Uh-huh. Do you remember all the grandchildren when they were born? Louisa's? Remember when Greg was born?
I remember being born and nothing about it.
Remember Papa telling stories of when he was a boy?
He would tell stories, but Papa, whenever Mom broke her arm, I went down there to see her wrist. I took money and you down there to see with her till she could take it off. And brace, right? That's what it's called.
Uh-huh. Cast.
And Papa has some wild geese. And he would send money out to the barn. And then wild geese would eat behind him. And Papa sitting there looking, I happened to see him. I said, you ain't gonna see him no more. And my mom liked to steer her when she was youngest. So I had a bulldog. And she wanted to dress up like Santa Claus and scare the youngest. We lived right across the road.
Uh-huh.
So she got there and the dog wouldn't let her go no further. And she couldn't do nothing. She had to go back home. I wasn't bothered at all. Because I know, but Jim used to scare we youngest.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
That was her daddy.
No, her brother, but Jim.
Oh, Bud Jim. Okay.
He used to scare us all the time. We youngest. He'd go to windows and stuff like that and scare us to death.
Do you remember when Papa used to live at time when he was a deputy sheriff?
Oh yes, he thought he was something big. And he left the courthouse. And every quarter he would get ice water from the drugstore the woman run the drugstore then. He would fix the picture ice water for the judge and ring a bell. And since he died, it ain't been long since.
Oh, is that right?
But he would go there and wait on the judge and all. He liked the courthouse. And now finally he got a house in front of the courthouse, and he lived there as soon as possible. And Mama didn't like it a bit, but she just shut her mouth because he liked it.
That's Wendy's office now.
Yeah, it's Wendy's though. Now it's my granddaughter's office.
Now, do you remember when the only prisoner Papa lost?
Yes, I remember.
Remember Papa saying anything about it?
Papa told her when they caught her, God damn your soul, you're right in jail for not ever let you out anymore.
You remember how she got out?
Hey, Dad, she wanted to take a bath, she told him she needed to take a bath. And Papa was good to the face. And he took her over to the house. Mama was already dead then, but there's a woman next door. She would go and talk with Papa. So Papa asked her to go over there for this girl to go over to his bathroom and take a bath. So the woman did. And Papa sat down and said that my legs took her a long time. So he went and see she had broke the screen right and it run away. So he went out looking in the bushes before finally found her. She had rode the Crestful in the hearse.
Rode the Crestful into hearse.
They were carrying somebody to be buried. And she got away, but he got her and told her she wouldn't get out no more.
Well, Mama, is there anything you want to tell your grandyoungins or your children? See, we're going to keep this, all of us going to keep this tape and look at it. Years and years of...
Ain't nothing I can tell them. I love you all. Because Fitz liked to swisk it when you all were little. And he never did like to make it mine till he got drunk. I said, if he touched one of these young, he's gonna pop you over the head. But this first did. So I wouldn't let him. I said, you can check time or you get ready when you're sober. But when you're drunk, you're not gonna need it. So he tried that once or twice and I didn't.
You remember when we lived at Miss Katie's that he came home drunk and it was cold, we had a fire and the heater wasn't hot enough, he kept getting up, stirring the heater. You remember when you hit him with a fire poker? When he was stirring the heater up and you told him to leave it alone? You remember that?
I remember one time we had a kerosene heater right up a long time. And whenever the kerosene came out and you put more in it would kind of blow it up. And Marcia and Louise had come from Raleigh. She had got married. And Finchers lit that heater. And it
started
blew
roaring, yeah. It started roaring.
And Marcia, Mom hit him, but the house was burned up.
He was in the country then, wasn't it? Of your childhood, when you were little, what's the most things you remember when you were a little girl growing up?
Well, I can, when I was about 10 or 11 or something like that, there was the woods that we lived in the country, and the hot wind time come. We young would go across that woods there and skate on horse. Then they went building a road through Little Ridge, and we would get it like that. feet.
But it was that cold you could skate during the winter months? Did you see a lot of snow when you were growing up?
Yes, we see some snow. We weren't like it is now, but it was a deep snow. But of course I had to get out more than chickens.
Uh-huh.
Mama would keep it shut up with snow there.
What about whenever you were a young teenager? What do you remember most about those years?
Nothing, only go to the movie, go back home.
What was your favorite movie?
I like the comedies, but I like all the rest, the westerns.
Uh-huh.
But I like the comedies there.
What are we doing filming again today?
Come here. She's telling me about being a teenager.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What about in your after you first got married? What do you remember most?
Oh, what I remember most of all was just that they were fences above and help her. But I would go to the movies, we would. We always would go to the movies.
Uh-huh. Well, when did you first meet my daddy? When did you first know about my daddy?
When I first knew him, I did not go with him. They moved out there where we live, right there beside us, and further down the road. And me and somebody really, some girl, we stopped in there, and that's the first time we seen. Then about a year later, I was going with his daddy.
Do you remember when my daddy had his was going to Greenville so much?
Oh yes, he went to Greenville about every day.
You remember whenever you and Gladys took him to the
Gladys, I took him to he had to take
dialysis
dialysis twice a week.
3 times.
Twice.
Three.
Gladys took
3.
him.
I took him 2 days. Gladys took him 1.
You didn't take
And
him.
Gladys took him on Monday, and Dolores took him on Thursday.
She took him, She took him Wednesday for one time. Then Mary
No.
paid her to take her turn on Friday.
Mary paid her to take him for Monday. For Monday.
Well, you know you can't hear her. She ain't talking live.
Well, they're saying they can get the volume up. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh.
Anyway. But I want you to tell us about that time whenever you went to the drugstore and then was going to go to the hospital. Had a suitcase. Somebody took.
He wants to know about the theft. Do you remember
You
that?
find the drawers all over it.
Oh, we went to the doctor's office
First.
and we had a little hand bag. And we carried the pajamas and you gotta like take these shoes and the razor and everything. And underwear and somewhere while we were in the doctor's office, somebody took the that case out, we had to have the clothes in, and took everything out, threw it in the woods, and we found everything but the BC.
Find everything but the PCs.
Had his shirt and everything, throw it on the trees.
The drawers was hanging in the bushes and all.
It was something like a thicket. It weren't in the woods, it was something like a thicket.
Yeah, it was a little thicket.